welcome back. So today's video is a wear test. First one that I've done in a while. And I am talking about a wear test for the brand new Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. So this is a full coverage foundation. It is oil free and it is supposed to be waterproof and it is supposed to last all day. So we will see if it holds up to those claims. Now, ideally, you know, somebody who would want this foundation is probably somebody a little bit younger, maybe has oily or combination skin, wants it to hide imperfections, scars, maybe a birthmark, or even like me, hyperpigmentation. So this is not necessarily a foundation that somebody who is older will reach for because it is quite heavy. But if you're looking for a really great foundation, a full coverage foundation, go to your local Ulta and check this out because there are three things that I like about it. The first one is the shade range. The shade range for this foundation is massive. It is awesome because that means there is something for everyone in this line, which I really appreciate. The second thing that I really like about this foundation is it's not as thick and cakey as you would think, considering it's a full coverage foundation. One pump did my entire face, so a little bit does go a long ways. It is a 1 ounce, standard 1 ounce bottle, and it is $40 or $42. I'll make sure I put it below. So you do get, you know, a decent amount of product for your money, and it is 100% full coverage. Now we are going to do a demo. I'll let you know when that's happening, and then I am doing a wear test, so we are going to test this puppy all day to see how it holds up, and if it, like my area is right here, so this is the problem area that I have personally, so that is the area that I am going to be focused on later on. So if you are interested in a demo, just keep watching so you can see how this foundation applies. Alrighty, let's do this. So I did prime my face off camera. I used my Guerlain ridiculously expensive Noir, what is this exactly called? The Radiance Concentrate with Gold primer. I didn't want to change how the foundation will be applied by adding a beauty oil or anything like that to my face because I'm really loving the Smashbox primer oil. But I didn't want to change this foundation in any way, so I went ahead and used my Guerlain, and then of course we are going to apply. This is the new Urban Decay All Nighter waterproof long wear liquid foundation, and it says it's full coverage and it has a matte finish and it's oil free. Now I bought this at my local Ulta. I went in, there were like the display on this is huge. So I have shade 3.5. I probably could have used a couple of the different colors. I probably could have used 3.25. I don't think I could have used 4, but the shade range is really huge, which is great because that means that there'll be a butterfly just fell. But the shade range is quite large, so it means there might be multiple shades that you could probably get away with using, and or there is a shade in here for everyone. So I do have 3.5. It might look just a tad dark, but I'm trying to match my neck. My face is really pale right now. As always, I am going to be applying it with my Artiste brush, but I will go back in with my Beauty Blender and really just press it into the skin. But I'm going to take... Doesn't want to come out. Uh-oh. Did I buy a dud? There we go. So this is one pump on the back of my hand. So we'll see what we can do with one pump. This is supposed to be full coverage. So you can see that I have quite a few imperfections right now. It is that time, so I'm breaking out like a beast. So we'll see how well this covers. So this is one full pump. You can see it didn't cover up the redness 100%, but I'm pretty sure I could probably go back in with a beauty blender and really take care of that. But it really did even out my skin tone. You almost can't tell that I have hyperpigmentation under my eyes and in the center of my forehead. It did a nice job of covering most of it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a beauty blender and just a little bit more, and I'm gonna see if I can get those couple of problem areas to really hide. So we'll do a little bit here, a little bit back under the eyes, and obviously when I go to conceal, it will also help. And then just a little bit more in the center of my forehead. I also have just a little bit left, so I'm just going to take it on this side of my face because I have just a little bit of hyperpigmentation. Okay, so definitely full coverage. Definitely full coverage. It doesn't necessarily feel extremely heavy or cakey on the face, which is nice. Just making sure that I blend it all the way down my neck. My hives are finally gone, yay! If you guys noticed in my last video that I had hives on my neck, it's because of stress. When I stress, I break out in hives, as it turns out. Okay, it applied quite easily. It's not necessarily as thick as everyone, because I was reading some of the reviews, and some of the reviews said that it was like super thick and uncomfortable to use. Not at all. I think it feels really nice on the face thus far, but let's layer this up and see how it performs with other products on top of it, because it's easy to say, oh, this foundation is really full coverage, but once you start putting other makeup on top of it, you know, you have to see how it layers. So yeah, so I am going to finish the rest of my makeup. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the demo. It was really easy to apply this foundation, and so far my face looks really nice. Now, the one thing that I kind of wish I would have done differently, in hindsight, I may do this the next time I wear this foundation, is I wish that I would have applied a pore filler, because I have rather large pores on my cheeks, and I feel like as I was putting all the other products on top of this foundation, my pores look slightly exaggerated, so I kind of wish I would have filled them in just a little bit more. I will say this. I did like the full shebang on my face. I did, you know, I baked, powdered, contoured, not contoured because I bronzed, highlighted, blushed, I did it all. And I will say that when you put that much makeup on your face, I do feel in certain areas that I did go back to really try to cover my imperfections. I feel like those areas are a little bit more cakey than the rest of my face. Now, I don't know if that will lessen as the day goes on, I don't know, but I do feel like my skin looks really nice and even, but at the same time, I do see those little places that I feel like my face is just a little bit cakey. So I would go light on the powders and things like that you're putting on top of this, because you may have that exact same experience. But we are gonna do a wear test, so I will check back in with you guys. Okay, so it is the end of the day. It is 9:15. I've had this foundation on my face for 12 hours and 15 minutes, roughly. Yeah, so I'm gonna zoom you in so you can kind of see my problem area. I'm super shiny, which is funny to me because I'm not oily. Let me zoom you in. There's a difference where you can see that the foundation on my forehead has actually started to break up, and that's why I'm getting some oiliness, and there's patchiness and discoloration. That's not the only place that has it. My cheeks have it. Obviously the blemishes are starting to show through. This foundation is not necessarily a foundation that I would reach for again, I'll be honest. There are more full coverage foundations that last longer, that I like better, that sit on my face better. Is this a bad foundation? No, it's not a bad foundation. I think it photographed beautifully, but in person, I did not like the way that it sat on my skin. I did not like the way that it looked on my face in person. To me, it looked super cakey, and just heavy, and I didn't like it. The longevity, I think 10 hours is probably this foundation's max wear time. You can get a good 10 hours of wear out of it. 12 was pushing it. I mean, I have it breaking up all over the place. It's very inconsistent. It has settled into my fine lines. It has accentuated my dry patches. Granted, this foundation is probably meant for someone, not probably, this foundation is meant for someone with oily skin, combo skin, not my skin type. I'm more of the normal to dry. If anything, I run dry instead of oily right now. But yeah, there's really no but. I'll probably be returning this foundation. It is $42 and I don't see myself wearing it. Now there are some upsides to this foundation, one being the color range, two being how little product you need to get a full coverage foundation look, and three would be the fact that it's only like $40. You know, in the grand scheme of things, that's very affordable for 1 ounce of 1 ounce of foundation. The packaging is really, really pretty. I love the packaging. It's not my cup of tea. I thought that I would like the foundation, but as it turns out, there are just better foundations for my skin type. There are better foundations that I like, and I find that really heavy, cakey foundations aren't for me. So take that any way that you want. If you love this foundation, continue to wear it. I'm 31 and I don't have oily skin. I do suffer from breakouts from time to time, but it's normally around that time of the month, which is right now. So for me, this isn't like a normal thing that I need to cover up blemishes. You know, I do have hyperpigmentation that I do try to cover up, but luckily concealer really helps in that department. So I will be returning this foundation. I really wish it would have worked out better for me. I just didn't like the way that it sat on my skin. It photographs like a dream, but unfortunately in person I really did not like the way that it looked. And I really didn't like the way that it looked as I was applying other products on top of it. In photos, it's gorgeous. This would be a perfect foundation for brides. But in person, like when you get up close and personal, which is what I would do, I get up and close and personal with my face, I could tell where I'd added a little more coverage for the blemishes. I could tell where I may have put on a little too much powder. Like, it exaggerated pores, it started to settle into my fine lines, and it definitely broke up on my forehead. So for those reasons, it is going back. But if you like it, continue to wear it. If you have tried it, I would love to know what your thoughts are, whether you agree with me, disagree with me. I would also like to know what your skin type is so that I can put it into context. Please, if you have not done so already, click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment. And until next time, bye.